Visualization has helped me a lot to progress. A lot of study shows it's very highly effective. Sometimes I also go out and wash my hands in cold water so I can continue for longer time. The warmer you are, the easier the friction is, so the layer of the hands easily rip apart. You, for example, are doing a shrimp flip, you're doing that in your backswing, and then in your front swing you go directly to a ganger, for example. Then you have a trick in your backswing and front swing, and then you reduce the amount of swings you need to do and also the time, and you have 2 high-level tricks in a row, and that gives even higher points. I prepare myself for a competition by thinking that it's just a training, or at least I'm trying to. So I'm trying to do all the same stuff I'm doing before a training. I have this pre-routine, if you can call it, every time I go for a training. I sit in my car, sometimes imagine that my steering wheel are the bar, tapping it, hearing some music that I love to freestyle to, but also where I feel powerful, to get my mindset ready for my combo or my trick, or calm my nervous system. So if I get nervous at a competition, I go back to do those kind of stuff. Also when I'm training, I'm always in between my tricks doing like this, tapping on the bar to prepare my hands, which also calms my nervous system, and take a deep breath so I can go up and do my combo or my trick. If you can try to get conscious or be aware of what you are actually doing every time you have your training, so it's clear for you that it's actually a part of your routine, then do that before the competition or at the competition. Do the same warm-up, drink the same energy drink as you used to if you are drinking that. Talk with the same people, go touch the bar if you do that. Do the same warm-up, so it's as close as possible to a normal training, which can calm your nerves a lot, at least in my experience. Do whatever works for you, because it can also be too OCD routine-ish. Don't do it so if it's not the correct monster or the correct energy drink or whatever, or it's not the same bar you're touching or a different song that you're used to. That shouldn't ruin it either. You will learn all the time, get experience, and figure out what works for you, and you only know what works for you if you try something new. My best tip or advice for learning a skill faster or progress faster is to stay focused. Focus on that skill you really want to learn. Be consistent. That's actually what I would recommend. For example, freestyle sesh. If you want to learn as many tricks as possible, as fast as possible, you really got to structure, first of all, what tricks you want to learn and how you work on them. Start with the hardest one, then go to one where it doesn't take that much energy, and in the end maybe you can do something that is not a high level trick, but you can put in your combo using as either flow or a bar roll or hanging in your knees or whatever. So you are learning a lot of skills quicker, but it really also depends on how or what you want to learn. Because if you want to learn all the high level tricks, it takes longer. If you do like 720 training, front flip, re-grab, frisbee, whatever in the same training, it takes a lot of energy, and you also need to recover. Your hands are getting tired or maybe even ripping. So it really depends on what you want to learn, and then structure your training from there. And also what you see as success and how you see that you mastered the trick. Some people feel that they are able to do the trick and master the trick if they are able to do it 3 times in a row, and it's okay that they don't catch it every time. And other people are thinking that they need to catch it every time. So it's also what you define as success and what you want to use the trick for, in my opinion. It's definitely recommended to film yourself and analyze, see what you can do differently, actually understanding the physics behind. It can also be too much, so at least for me, some trainings I'm filming and want to make my technique better or learn a new trick. But also in some trainings I can feel that, okay, now that is putting too much pressure, or I can't focus because I'm only thinking about getting a video where I can see exactly what I should do and get frustrated that I can't. And sometimes you don't have to adjust anything. It's a balance, but I definitely recommend you to film, both for dynamic, statics, both so you can see what you should adjust, or also to have some progress. So if you have a really bad training, go back to that video and appreciate how far you have come. Yes, I visualize a lot. So visualization has helped me a lot to progress. Almost every time I go to bed, I'm laying there thinking about the tricks I want to do for my next freestyle training. Be like, okay, if I want to do 720, I'm laying like this and be like, okay, this way, this way. And also just closing my eyes and imagine myself jumping onto the bar, doing the trick, both with a zoomed out vision, but also imagining me getting up. I can see my hands on the bar and then doing the trick, and I can see myself catching it from my own eyes. That's helps a lot. And also go back to the mind to muscle theory that a lot of studies shows is very highly effective for your training, both because you are getting the connection with your brain and nervous system to your body, so you can understand how the movement is and how you should do, twist, catch, and prepare your body to do the trick or combo. How I prevent my hands from ripping is during the training I'm hitting the bar like with my palm here, so I stimulate them. It's working for me, doesn't mean it works for everybody else. And stretching my hands, so doing like this as well. And then you really gotta learn your hands. Like if they are warm, it's often a better idea to continue, because then it goes back to the biology in your hands. The warmer you are, the easier the friction is, so the layer of the hands easily rip apart. Sometimes I also go out and wash my hands in cold water so I can continue for longer time. And if I'm not done with my training, or I mentally feel I have more energy, I do a trick where I don't have to use my hands that much. Maybe even try to do some tricks in the fingers so you get strong there as well, or doing some tricks where you are swinging in your knees or whatever. So it's really a matter of getting to know your hands. And if you rip, the fattest cream you can ever find, use that, and really good hand bath as well. So the way I structure a freestyle combo from the scratch is to first of all get to know the rules. It's a different rule set depending on which competition you are going to. Is it a national championship, the world championship, or whatever? So you need to understand the rules before you are doing or preparing your combo. And some good tips for a good combo is to try to use as little swings for your combo. So that means you save a lot of time, you save a lot of energy, so you're able to do more tricks in your combination, which gives higher points. You need to do tricks from each category, which often is dynamic, statics, dynamic strength, and then you have the combo points. You also sometimes in some competitions get higher points for doing a dynamic move directly to a static move, depending on the level of it. So be creative. A way to plan your combo without having too many extra swing is to think about what you are doing on which side on the bar. So if you, for example, are doing a shrimp flip, you're doing that in your backswing, and then in your front swing you go directly to a ganger, for example. Then you have a trick in your backswing and front swing, and then you reduce the amount of swings you need to do and also the time, and you have two high level or pretty high level tricks in a row. And that gives even higher points. In some competitions you also get style points. If you are a person that really likes to hype up, do a trick to a drop or the music or whatever, do that. Have fun while you're doing it. I don't prefer it, but that doesn't mean other people should do it. It's really nice to see that you put your own style into the combo, and that is also in most of the competition highly rewarded to do something more original than doing something that everybody is doing. When you work on dynamic skills or statics skills, it's different how many you should work on. I, at least for dynamic skills, try to work on a combination or some basic tricks that I know I'm able to do, where I kind of do a check, either a catching check or a form check or how I'm feeling that day. But then I also want to try something new. So dynamics, I wouldn't say there is a magic number for how many you can work at the same time. It is an art to understand your body and know how many you can do at a time. I wouldn't recommend to work on more than 2 to 3 dynamic skills depending on the level of them. Myself, for example, if I'm working on front flip, I'm starting with that in my freestyle training, and then I want to do something that I know I'm able to after the training or after I have done some attempts for the front flip. So I start with something hard and something that I really want to learn that takes a lot of energy, but you can still do another trick or try to do other tricks after. So if you're working on a front flip, for example, you can start with that. And if you're afterwards also working for a shrimp flip, then you can do shrimp flip at the same training, because you're putting different amount of energy into the 2 different tricks. So it's an art to understand how much energy, how your hands are feeling, what technique you're using for the different tricks, to combine that in a training. For statics, again, I would say around 2 to 3, depending on how fast you want to learn it. The more time you put into one trick, the faster you progress. But a good way of doing it, and also how I do it, is that I try to have 1 or 2 push based or focused skills and 1 or 2 pull focused skills. So I'm mixing it up, still want to have fun with the training, and you're using 2 different, at least as much as possible, 2 different muscle groups, so you can train it a bit more during the week. I would recommend, at least for what I'm doing and my training, and if you want to progress faster, do 1 to 2 push-pull focused static skill training per period. Yeah, that is showing up. Yeah, so in order to become better, first of all, it is to have and create good habits, which in general is to show up. But also, if you don't feel motivated or have a bad start of your training, then push through. Do it anyways, take an extra band, whatever is needed. It's the part of showing up that creates, first of all, the habit, but it's also stimulating your body, your mindset, your training. And at least for me, I have had a lot of trainings where I showed up and didn't have any motivation or were low on energy, but actually ended up having the most amazing training just because I pushed through and showed up anyways. I actually have this quote, I don't remember who it came from, but do what you, in this case it's what you hate, do what you hate, but do it like you love it. That is also something you need to think about when you are not motivated and you want to stay consistent or continue having this habit. I wouldn't say good, because you cannot be good all the time. Yeah, now I'm just talking.
Perfect. That's really good.